Joe Biden and the radical left are attacking every single rung of the ladder that helped me climb. And that's why I'm announcing today that I'm running for president of the United States of America.
That was Tim Scott earlier today. Tim Scott did not grow up like most presidential candidates. He shared a room, not a house, a room with his mother and his brother. He nearly failed out of school. His grandfather could not read or write. Because when others tell you the ceiling for your life is picking cotton, why bother? But through education and hard work and opportunity and an unwavering faith in what this country can allow you to become, this grandson of a man who picked cotton eventually picked out a seat in Congress and then the Senate. And today he announced his candidacy to lead the country. From Charleston, South Carolina, the birthplace of the Civil War, pitting brother against brother, comes a man preaching unity and purpose and promise and optimism that America can do for others what it did for him. Welcome to you, Senator Tim Scott. Thank you for joining us. You know, I'll leave the state for one day, and you announce that you're running for president of the United States. All right, let me ask you this. Are there policy differences? I mean, there are other candidates announced and some other candidates that may get in the race. Is this a matter of policy differences, or is it a difference in implementing or communicating those policies that might be shared?
Well, thank you, Trey. I do think this is a difference in how we communicate. There's no question that my life disproves the lies of the radical left. Their culture of victimhood is eating away at the soul of America. I understand brokenness. I understand having low esteem. I understand nearly failing out of school. But I also understand that we do not live in a nation of grievance. We live in a nation of greatness. So allowing the life story to impact how we share the gospel of good news of conservative values, conservative principles with the American people. That's the power of persuasion, having lived the story myself. I believe that makes me uniquely qualified to push back on the radical left.
You know, Senator, I mean, it's been happening since you and I met each other. I'm a complete cynic, and you almost make me feel hopeful. The country is frustrated. It's angry. It's scared. So, I mean, that's what the polling indicates. I mean, 75% of the country thinks that we are headed in the wrong direction. So can what I call a happy warrior, can a happy warrior prevail in an environment given the mood of the country and the primary voters?
Absolutely. Everywhere I travel around the country, from Iowa to New Hampshire and throughout South Carolina, people are starving for hope. They're starving for something optimistic, but they have to know you have a backbone and you're talking about conservative values, conservative principles, and conservative policies. When people understand that you can be both, yes, optimistic, but strong with a backbone, they are attracted to this campaign. And so we're hoping to get across this country to continue to share our message. You can go to votetimscott.com to get involved.
My guess, Senator, is that you were otherwise busy today and you missed the view, but I am going to play, if I'm wrong, stop me, and I won't play the clip. But my guess is that you did not hear Sunny Hostin, so I'm going to play a clip for you and then ask you a question on the other side.
One of the issues that Tim Scott has is that he seems to think because I made it, everyone can make it, ignoring, again, the fact that he is the exception and not the rule. And until he is the rule, then he can stop talking about systemic racism.
Clarence Thomas syndrome.
But I do think that he...
You know, she seems to have made it too, by the way. I mean, she's a former federal prosecutor who's got a talk show. So, I mean, I think she's doing pretty good also. She speaks to a broader point. And I know you don't like talking about it, but there are things that are said about you that will not be said about any other candidate. And that's always been the case as a black Republican, that you are judged in ways that other candidates are not. So here's the question. Can a guy that is seen as being nice and affable fight back in a presidential primary against what you just heard and the Democrats?
Yeah, absolutely. The answer is completely yes. Meekness is not weakness. I believe in the gospel. I believe Matthew 5:44 says, love your enemies. If you break in my house, I also believe in the Second Amendment. I'm going to make sure that we defend every single thing we love in this country. We have to ignore the far left by disproving their lies by our actions. Here's the funny thing. The host, Sunny, she wants to be judged by the content of her character, not the color of her skin. The fact of the matter is America is the story of evolution. Never told story of evolution in too many of our schools that are indoctrinating our kids instead of educating our kids. I'm not the exception. I'm actually the rule. Every kid trapped in a failing school today can look at big liberals, big labor unions, and blame them. Every parent who wants a choice, look to the Republican Party, look to the GOP, but more importantly, look at Americans. African Americans, Hispanic Americans, the majority of Americans all agree on school choice. What's in the way of that? What's in the way of providing a child with a better education and a better future? The radical left.
You must scare the daylights out of the left. I mean, even your campaign logo cannot go uncriticized by people on the left. You must be their worst nightmare, Senator. And I swear, you put up with things that nobody else puts up with.
Well, Trey, the good news is I believe in America. I have faith in America because I watched my grandfather, as you talked about in the beginning. This is a man who could not read, who was picking cotton as a kid. He believed then what some doubt now in the goodness of America. He told me himself, he said, son, you can be bitter or better, but you can't be both. Too many people today doubt the goodness of America. Too many people today want to buy into bitterness and victimhood and grievance and despair. I say, not on my watch. Let's tell the whole story of America rising.
From cotton to Congress to a candidate for the highest office in the land. Senator Tim Scott from the great state of South Carolina. Thank you for joining.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.